The opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints expressed on today's radio show and their guests do not necessarily reflect the opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints of Easy Way Broadcasting.
Welcome to Radio Boomers Live, the show about all things human from a baby boomer's perspective. All things hot and all things not. News, reviews, interviews, chat, tech, and what's next. And here are your hosts, Reatha Gray from Betty White's Off Their Rockers and Easy's dad, Jim Zuley.
Good morning, everybody out there in Radio Boomers Live Land. Easy Way is coming
Good
to you
morning,
today.
good morning,
And
good morning.
Reef and I are ready to rock and roll on this smoky day, Reef. We got a little smoke in the air, but we're going to talk about that. So, Reef, we got Halloween coming up around the corner.
I don't do Halloween. It's a pagan holiday. I said I'm going to declare it loud this year. I've been declaring it loud for years, actually, though. But I haven't celebrated Halloween. My oldest grandson is, I think, 31, something like that, 30, 31. I haven't celebrated Halloween since he was 6 years old. Now, don't get me wrong. I have gone to red carpets. I have put on costumes, but I don't technically celebrate the holiday.
No, we don't celebrate the boogeyman, but remember that Halloween was created by the Christian people to scare away the spooks. So we got this one, Reef. Skeleton walks into a bar.
That's not true. What it was created for, but tell me the joke.
Let me hit you with this one real quick because you always get the answers. Skeleton walks into a bar. Bartender says, "What do you have, Skeleton?" Skeleton says, "A beer and a mop." Okay. So, yeah, but hey, I tell you what, there is an advantage though, Reed. There's an advantage because at least when people come over to visit, the cobwebs seem like decorations, right? So there's a few things. And you're a tweaker, right? You're a dancer. You know what the
twerker. It's a twerker, not a tweaker.
Twerker.
A tweaker is a drug addict. Jim, what are we going to do with you this morning?
Hey, Reese,
you're celebrating Halloween. You're calling me a drug addict. What is happening?
All right, what ghost is the best dancer? Okay.
What's the best dancer, Jim?
How about the boogeyman? Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, let's move on.
Do not give up your day job, okay?
Okay, I'm done with the jokes. Forget it.
I think we should, yes.
Ripped from the headlines. Today's hot topic.
Jim, you talked about the smoke. If you're living here in California, Los Angeles County, San Francisco County, the state is burning down. It's really a mess today. It's cooled off a little bit, but we still have these high winds. If you plan to take the 405 freeway today, do not. It is a mess. I don't even understand why they're still letting traffic go through there. There's a fire all through the pass. There's smoke everywhere. They have blockages everywhere from evacuating thousands of people. It's a very expensive living area, but they're telling the people that they need to get out. So if you live in any of the smoke areas, any of the fire areas, and there's a fire, you should be wearing a mask. My throat has been bothering me before the fires, and now it's even worse with the sinuses and the smoke. You can buy some of those masks at the pharmacy. Some masks are better than others. I'd say the closer you are to the fire, the better mask you should wear. Avoid going outside. Avoid doing any heavy activity outside. And if they evacuate you, evacuate. If they say it's time to get out, get out. It's too late to prepare now, but if you're not in a fire area, it's not too late to prepare. Get your important things together, those things that are irreplaceable, the baby pictures, the birth certificates, although you can replace them, but it's a hassle. The pictures that you don't ever want to lose. Get all of those things together. It's your insurance papers so you can file your claim if you do need to. All of your important papers, keep them in one place, keep them in a plastic baggie and have them ready to go. Or if you have an old-time, really hardcore steel safe that isn't going to melt in the heat, keep them in there. But get all of your stuff that's necessary, your pet's food, and be ready to go at a moment's notice. We don't know when this fire season is going to be over, so if you live in an area that is in any type of fire danger, and at this point that's anywhere in California, clear your brush, prepare yourself, and be ready to go at a moment's notice. Jim, what's your hot topic? That was a hot topic, wasn't it? That's very hot. What's your hot topic today?
That was hot, and your points are well made. We've talked about that. Put all your stuff in one place, so if you come home and unfortunately your house does have an issue, you go over to that little one special place with a fireproof safe, and it's all tucked away inside, that's a good point. So anyway, we got President Trump announced the leader of the Islamic State, ISIS, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, was terminated by U.S. raid in Syria. Abu was the number one terrorist sought in the world, basically. A phone scam has resulted in millions of dollars being lost to hackers. People take what seems to be a real call from their bank, and in a minute, the hackers get into their account and take all their money. And the frustrated people, they wind up, they're broke and they're victims, and they have no clue on how to get their money back, but they can talk to their bank. There's probably a way. And other calls can come in from computer situations and all that, and they can maybe not steal money, but hack into your accounts and take your stuff. And the IRS and the Social Security calls that come in, and they tell you they're threatening to send the police to your house or whatever. That's all scams. Like Reatha said, emergencies declared, and we got the, around San Francisco, big fire. You get, 200,000 people were left in the dark around the Bay Area, the Kincaid fire, and then we had a new one go off down at the Getty Center, if you know that, off the 405. 1:30 in the morning caused evacuations. And on the lighter side, Tiger Woods is still rocking and rolling. He found his way to victory with his 82nd PGA Tour win, tying an all-time record. And Halloween is Thursday, so some people celebrate. Reatha doesn't celebrate. A lot of people look at it as the boogeyman, the bad stuff, and some people look at it as like the unicorn. They dress up, and it's like some people go as little princess and everything. So I don't know. There's both sides of it. Questions for a listener. Who was that tall guy that wore the starch suit, and he had the flat head and the bolts coming out? We have a little Halloween trivia here. What was his name? Okay, well, the thing is he had no name. Dr. Frankenstein created the monster, gave no name, and this is some interesting stuff. If you guys can go back a little bit to when Boris Karloff in 1931, of course you wouldn't have seen it then, but you might have saw it down the road a little bit. That little girl that was with the Frankenstein monster by the lake, you remember that? And they were throwing petals in the water, and then the next scene, the little girl drowned because he threw her in the water. And that little girl was Marilyn Harris, and she played Maria in that 1931 film of Frankenstein. Well, they were worried that when they drove up and they all got together to go down by the lake and do the scene, they're a little worried that when they saw Karloff in his outfit, she'd be scared. Well, she when they drove up, she got out of the car, ran over to him, and grabbed his hand and said, "Can I ride with you?" And Boris Karloff said, he said, "Would you, darling?" That was his response. So they drove over and made the famous scene, And what was funny is Boris Karloff he played the main guy in the movie, and yet they didn't invite him to the premiere party because he was an unknown actor at the time. And actually, the first Frankenstein movie was filmed in 1910. And if you want to see something interesting, watch how the doctor created the monster. I won't say any more, but it was really interesting. With that, Reatha, we're going to rock and roll here and move on to a commercial. With a drum roll. And
Are you tired of doing business the hard way? Is building your business taking too much time and energy? We can help. Introducing your ultimate solution, EasyWay Business Membership. We're a full-service digital marketing solution specializing in branding and marketing, advertising, and introductions to CEOs and influencers that can help your business thrive. Problem solved. Now you can hire our award-winning team to work for your business. We've received many prestigious awards, including the Digital Trailblazer Award by Hollywood Weekly magazine, and we've been recognized by Congress. For just $11 a day, you'll get more exposure, reach more clients by next month, guaranteed. Here's how it works. You pay one low annual fee of $4,000, and you'll receive consulting, branding, marketing, advertising, social media support, product placement, and business introductions to help your business grow exponentially. And if you need more, we offer SEO, commercial, TV exposure, and much more for an additional rate. To recap, for just $11 a day annual membership fee, you'll receive branding, consulting, business-to-business introductions, advertising, and social media support. But don't take our word for it. Here's what our customers say.
We've been working with EasyWay, Eric, for the last 6 months, and literally we are slammed with work for 2 months straight, so his marketing definitely works.
To learn more, visit EasyWayNetwork.com or contact us at 877-399-2929. And don't forget to follow us on social media. On Facebook at EasyWay Network, Twitter at EasyWay Broadcast, and YouTube at EasyWay TV.
That's doing it the easy way.
That's doing it the easy way. And we have someone, Reatha, that we've had on before, but we had to have him back. It's just she had so much information, so interesting. She's the CEO and founder of Global Women's Empowerment Network. And if that's not enough, Tess is the CEO and executive producer of GWEN, WEN Global LLC, a for-profit company dedicated to social impact and positive change in the entertainment arena. She is also the best-selling author, award-winning producer, filmmaker, keynote speaker, social, it just goes on and on. She's a social entrepreneur who has dedicated her life to advocating the transforming lives through the power of storytelling. So, this is some interesting stuff. So we had to have her back because, there's so much. Tess Cacciatore. Tess, you on with us?
Good morning.
There she is.
Good morning. Good morning.
Tess, we got Reatha here.
Good morning, Tess.
Yeah.
Hello,
Sure.
Reatha. So wonderful to hear you both.
Tess, we had to pester you again.
Great to have you back.
On. We had to get you back on again. There's so much stuff you do, and we just didn't have enough time to cover it. And, I was wondering, a question a lot of people probably have for you is, what do you do in your spare time, or does that term exist in your life?
Well, a lot of people do ask me that, and I love being creative. So anything to do with songwriting or poetry or writing. I'm actually getting ready to write my second book, and I also like arts and crafts and things like that. So I'm do refurnish furniture and just have fun. Everything is just about going with the flow and enjoying life.
Okay, I was just testing you because I asked you that question last time. I didn't know if you added something new in your life, like maybe tennis or golf or something. I don't know. But, it is...
Dancing. I love dancing.
Oh, you like to dance?
Yes.
Okay. Well, just so happens, I'm going to see if you were paying attention. What ghost is the best dancer?
The boogeyman.
Ah, see? You're on. You see, Reatha, she knows.
So bad.
At the top of your show.
So bad, Jim.
I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. We're trying to find this stuff, but anyway. But no, you.
So bad you had to say it. It was so bad you had to say it twice, right?
I have to say it. So I want to see if anybody's listening to me. For Pete's sake, what the heck's the deal here? But CEO and founder of Global Women's Empowerment Network. Now, that in itself has to be keeping you busy. Tell the audience what it was again that puts you in the state of mind that you want to put something together like this, Women's Empowerment Network.
Well, I always have to start by saying we do Gwen with the men because it's really about everybody coming together. It's led by women, but I have amazing men on our team as well, and it's really about transforming lives through the power of storytelling. And where does storytelling come from? It branches off in 1,000 different directions. But with regard to Gwen, it always has to do with social impact, so anything that can give back. So, for instance, this Saturday on November 2nd, we're going to be screening Road to Redemption, which is our feature film starring Akon and Viva Bianca and Monique Green and amazing cast, and it was directed by Nigerian director Jeda Amada. And so here's a feature film example, and what we're doing is actually educating people about the condition of fistula, which happens with early child marriage and young girls at the age of 9, 10, 11 that are forced into marriage and then they get pregnant, and there's a tearing which causes them to be considered cursed and thrown out of their village. So a very simple surgery could rectify that. So with the onset of the distribution of the film, we're going to be going into Africa with one of the doctors here in the States that actually performs the surgeries and trains the doctors to perform the surgeries as well. So there's impact after she leaves. So everything we do has social impact and bringing awareness around it. So if it's a film, a TV series, a music campaign, any of our workshops. So the Gwen Global is more like an entertainment company, and the nonprofit is more about education and entrepreneurship.
That's amazing.
And what country is this taking place in?
Yeah.
Well, I live in Los
What country
Angeles.
is this taking?
Well, it's global.
I'm talking about the child marriages.
Yeah.
I hope child marriages aren't happening in Los Angeles.
Is that Nigeria?
Well, early child marriage, believe it or not, is actually still allowed in the United States. And that's one of the things I personally want to bring awareness to. There's 4 or 5 states that still allow children to be married before the age of 14. And they're surprising
Really?
states too. Yes. So not only is it done in various countries around the world, but it's done in our own backyard. And it's not like 2 young Romeo and Juliets running off to the courthouse to get married. They're normally arranged forced marriages with older men to younger girls. And it feeds into our sex trafficking epidemic that's a multi-billion-dollar industry. But don't get me started on that lane because we'll be on for 3 hours.
What are some of the states?
I'm aware. I'm involved in the traffic. Yeah, I'm involved in doing exposure of trafficking, but I had no idea that there was legal early childhood marriage.
What states are you talking about?
Well, off the top of my head, I think there's 5 or 6, but there's surprising ones because I often quiz people about what states do you think. But there's Connecticut and Maryland, and I believe Colorado, and a couple more. So I have to get up on my stats and get the rest of those states, remembered. But yeah, it's surprising that we have it here.
That's amazing. Yeah, I thought that was back.
And it might be just archaic laws that didn't get changed over yet, but I'd like to bring awareness to it so they can change the laws so things like this don't slip through the cracks.
Yeah, and dedicated to social impact, positive change in the entertainment arena. Now, what you see there is, I remember going into a Blockbuster and I'm going like, whoa, what's the deal here? It's like going into a Halloween store. All the covers of the VCR, the little things they put them in.
The DVD?
Yeah, and they're monster pictures, a skull and this and that, and a lot of negative stuff. So it does make an impact. When they see a movie and all of a sudden, like a fight movie, all of a sudden you hear reports about people fighting, or a racing movie, they're racing. It does impact. So that the positive change thing, you could see that maybe in movies if they could start maybe eliminating. Like, I'll give you an idea. There's a I won't mention the name of it, one of the detective movies on TV where they would tell the story, and they would go through the crime but it's become more graphic with the crime where they would film it, and it's not really needed, but what you're doing is really important. It's making a change in the entertainment arena with the positive stuff, and that you can see through filming, kind of like.
Yeah, and also if it is a serious topic, like Reatha, I'd love to talk to you further about what you're doing and how I can help promote that. But, we have to uncover some of the scarier reality topics through the entertainment industry, but finding a solution, moving away from the problem is really what we want, what we are doing.
Yeah, finding a solution to that. And what's the solution? We got to change the format of some of these films, a little bit more positive. And, you get a group of people that walks into the theater and they see a John Candy movie. When I used to love John Candy. And it's a fun movie. And then you get somebody else that walks into a negative drug murder movie. Which crowd of people is going to come out with a smile on their face,
Exactly.
I think that, So what's the next avenue for you? What do you see happening with and with the technology today? Now you've met Eric and you've seen what he's done.
Absolutely.
Everything. Yeah. You've seen the changes with this media. Now, are you resourcing that?
Absolutely. Back in 1995, and I shared this with your son and also Denise. That I wrote a business plan about IPTV and virtual classroom, and everyone thought I was crazy. But now technology is here, so we are going to be putting our TV series and our talk shows and things like that on the Easy Way Network. So I'm very excited about that. Shout out to all you, the Easy Way. And then we're also going to do film festivals and different distributions to reach the masses in multiple layers. So using technology is really important because now even in developing countries, everyone has a mobile phone, so we'll be able to reach them through some of our programming. And then I've been in technology since 1993. And in 2012, I created the first version of the Gwen Alert. And now we have our new version out. So earlier you were talking about the fires, and I'm definitely impacted over here in the valley. I woke up this morning and I haven't been able to breathe. My nose is all crazy, and it's crazy to see what's going on. But you look around the country and around the world with natural disasters or live events where someone comes in and does public shooting or campus safety, domestic violence, all of those things lend to the ability to have the Gwen Alert on your phone. And the Gwen Alert is free. You download it from your smartphone. You load up 5 of your trusted family and friends into the app. And we have several great features. One is a video surveillance if you're walking down a dark alley or into a shopping mall to do holiday shopping and you don't feel comfortable but nothing's going on. You can do a video surveillance and then delete it afterwards if no occurrence happened. And if something does happen, it gets stored to our cloud. It doesn't get stored on your phone. So that's a very important feature. Then we have the non-emergency text where you can say, hey, I'm going on this blind date or I'm traveling alone, and let people at your Gwen 5 know where you are. And then the big button, if you push the big green Gwen Alert button, you get an instant text message that goes out to your Gwen 5, and it says the exact location of where you are and says that you're in trouble and need help. So, for instance, in this fire zone or any natural disaster or campus safety or whatever, it keeps you connected to your loved ones and they can find you. So I just really want to encourage everybody just to download it. We're keeping it free, and it's global, and it's a very important app to have in the palm of your hand where you keep connected to your loved ones.
Yeah.
Where do you get the app?
You get it on your smartphone. So you go to the App Store. So it's either you go to the App Store.
Okay.
You go to the App Store on your phone. So if you're on an iPhone, you go to the Apple Store, the iTunes Store. If you're a Google, or the Droid, you go to the Google Play Store and you put in the search button Gwen Alert, and then it pops up and it has a little lotus on it, and then you download it, and then you fill it in the required information.
And that's
you need.
GWEN?
Yes, GWEN Alert. So
Gee,
that is
awesome.
really important. Yes.
That's so cool.
And also, because I know we're probably getting to the end of it, but I do want to talk about our workshops. Denise was there with Easy Way Media, and they covered our red carpet. We do Reveal to Heal workshops, which leads into people really getting down to revealing their story, which is the process of healing. And we did a workshop in Arizona with our Gwen Luminary Awards, and I know Filippo Voltaggio is coming on later in the show, and he's one of our lead facilitators. He's an amazing person, a dear, dear friend. So I'm excited that he's going to be on your show today to talk about what he does. But we have our Gwen Reveal to Heal Summit coming up in Miami in October of 2020. So if anybody wants to come to that or be in touch with us for our book division or any content that you might have that you want to partner with us, we're here and ready to go.
Maybe we'll get Denise and Eric and we'll all go down there. That'd be fun. Yeah, Denise is amazing. She's
yes.
such a talented lady. But thank you for coming on again. And we don't want to keep pestering you because we know you're a busy lady, but your stuff is so cool. Love it.
Well, it's an honor to be here anytime. And Reatha, I'd love to talk to you offline about your sex trafficking and see what I can do to support it.
There you go.
And I just Googled the age of consent for marriage. And do you know most of the states it's only 16? I'm in shock. I had no idea.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Any rate, yes, we just need to talk.
Yes. Yeah, and over 300,000 young babies are kidnapped on an annual basis in the United States and forced into trafficking. So these kind of statistics need to get out there, and it's your shows that are getting it out there. And I really thank you so much for having me on your show.
Well, thank you, Tess.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to continue listening to the rest of the hour, and I hope to see you all soon.
Thank you much.
Okay.
And maybe we'll see you in Florida.
Yay.
Oh, wow. She's an interesting lady. So cool. Well, with that, Reatha, I think we're moving into a commercial.
Commercial, and then we'll be back with Carmelita.
Looking to grow and align your brand with celebrities and other established brands? Your brand is all about your entire customer experience. Everything from your logo, your website, your social media experiences, the way you answer the phone, to the way your customers experience your staff. So why not let us help you get your branding right from the start? At Easy Way Promotions, we are a new class of professionals providing first-class online branding, promotion, social media, website development, editing, graphic design, public relations, media, SEO, and online advertising to give your business the competitive edge to stand out. Our highly experienced experts will not only help you increase your online presence, but also provide you with a proven online strategy to help you increase the value of your company and make acquiring new customers easier. So what are you waiting for? Contact us today and let us help you grow your business exponentially.
For more information, contact 424-209-9290 or visit easywaypromotions.com. That's letter E, letter Z. We also encourage you to like our Facebook page at Easy Way Promotions. You are about to experience Carmelita's Corner. Carmelita's song Rosebud made it to the top 40s with the Godfather of Soul, James Brown. She's the founder of the Rose Breast Cancer Society. Now here's your host, Carmelita Pittman.
Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing out there? Hey, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, with the exception of being so warm with all of the brush fires going on, oh my goodness. As they say, climate change is here. I'm really so sorry for those people. But I want to start out the day with a great guest. And she's coming your way with a very special project. And her name is Wanda Ray Willis. Good morning, Wanda. Good morning.
Oh, I've been listening to it.
Yeah, there's so much that's been said, some really heavy topics going on. Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Yeah. And Tess is a great lady. I've had the privilege and pleasure of meeting her. What she's doing about sex trafficking is really amazing. In fact, I attended one of her freedom balls here in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
Yes. Well, as a matter of fact, now that you're on the air, I would like to let them know more about you. I understand that you're from Bermuda. Can you tell us about your birthplace? And
Oh, yes. Yes, I was born in Bermuda, born and raised. All of my family are still there, just about. And it's a beautiful, beautiful place with beautiful, beautiful people. Very, very progressive people. Very progressive people of color, might I add. Many in top positions and homeowners, business owners, etc. Very, 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 very technologically developed there. Everything that's here, we have there on our little island, right there in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, just a bit north and to the east of New York. We're 744 miles from New York. And it's just beautiful. It's a vacationer's paradise. Very,
well,
very
that's
exquisite.
wonderful to hear. That is, and many years ago, my husband and I, we had the pleasure of visiting there, and so it is a tropical island, and right now they have been also faced with challenges with the weather, but we'd like to see it get back to that beautiful paradise that you're describing to us.
Oh,
but
yes.
Yes.
Can I add one more thing about Bermuda? We're the only country in the world that celebrates the abolishment of slavery with a worldwide and island-wide holiday. Yes, we're the only country in the world. That's right. And it is. I speak to my parents almost daily, and the brown is coming back green. There were some buildings that were damaged, but nowhere as near as the trouble that approached the Bahamas, which are far, far south of us. So we've been lucky with the hurricane season after season. We've been blessed with the hurricane season after season.
God. Oh, my goodness. Well, look, we've only got a short time really on the air, and I want them to know more about you. I've had the pleasure of also watching you in action as you do your tribute to the late and great and beautiful Dorothy Dandridge. I saw you when you performed over there near Washington and 10th. And you did a great job.
Thank you.
Yes, I spoke to a friend this morning. I hope she's listening. If she is, her name is Audrey Franklin. She is Ella Fitzgerald's promoter of 30 years working on her memoirs now.
Oh, my
And I
goodness.
told her that you were going to be my guest this morning.
Wow. I did a show for her in Studio City. I sang.
I know.
She's a fabulous lady. I love her. I mean, she and others like her inspire me because they keep on going no matter what.
Well, she has such a fab. And, I have another person that's going to be listening in as well, but I'm going to be saving her as a surprise.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully she'll get in on the conversation. But in the meantime, you are getting ready to do a tribute to Dorothy Dandridge, and I would like for you to tell our listening audience more about that and how they can attend. Wanda?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. I wanted you to tell them about your upcoming show. Dorothy Dandridge's birthday is going to be December the 2nd, and you're doing your tribute show to her, and I want you to tell them more about that and how they can get a hold of tickets to attend?
Yes, it's not December 2nd. Her actual birthday is November 9th.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Yes.
November the 2nd is when you're doing the show. I don't know why I got December in there, but yeah.
November the 9th is the show. The show date is November 9th, which is Dorothy's actual birthday.
Okay.
And this will be the 37th performance of the musical that I wrote that started in 2016. And we're celebrating her birthday on November 9th with the musical again that's got nominations, and I'm an award winner, the Line for our Triple Threat Award winner, and Beverly Hills NAACP. We were nominated for Best Director, which would be myself, because I do everything. And it's a solo musical that I wrote the music for, the choreography, the set design, etc. And what we're doing for Dorothy, because it's falling on her birthday, November 9th, at the Two Roads Theater in Studio City. The address is 4348 Tahunga Avenue, Studio City, right across from the Talos. I'm devising a clipping of Dorothy, of some of her accomplishments from one of the first she did, Paper Doll, all the way up to Malagua, past that, and stills of her. We're going to have a short presentation after I perform the musical with Marvin King Brown on keys, and we're going to present her with her birthday certificate from the Los Angeles City birthday certificate posthumously as well on that event. And some of her family members are going to be there to witness this. And Jefferson High School have agreed to accept her certificate because they have a glass case there with her memoirs, etc. in it, where the certificate will be held. And she went to Jefferson High School right here in Los Angeles. She didn't graduate because she was going on tour and she was very young. So the show will be there, and it's going to follow with a birthday cake for Dorothy. We're also going to be serving collard greens out of martini-shaped plastic glasses, because Dorothy, every week she made collard greens and she cooked chitlins and she ate them out of martini glasses. I read that in my research. Yes. So we're having that and the cake and the presentation of her award, her birthday certificate, after the musical. And it's going to be a fun evening at Two Roads Theater, 4348 Tahunga Avenue, Studio City. And also, my parents will be in attendance. They're coming from Bermuda. They're arriving here soon, and they're going to be there at the event. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun time.
And you mentioned some family members would be there too, as well, right?
Yes, some of Dorothy's family members. Tony and Vanita Nicholas, they said they would come. Oh, by the way, I went to a fabulous 105th birthday tribute to FEAT Nicholas, Tony's father, last Sunday, I believe it was. It was fabulous. They're going to be there, and Greg is going to be there, who is one of Dorothy's actual blood cousin relative. He's going to be there. His mother was named Dorothy as well. So it's going to be a wonderful wonderful evening, in Studio City. And you can get your tickets on Dorothy Dandridge onewomanshow.brownpapertickets.com, or you can come to the door, and the fee is $20. You can pay cash or credit. And everything is included in the fabulous evening. And also, I forgot, there's a free raffle. We have free raffle drawings. And also, if you get there at 6:30, you can get free red carpet photos. And the red carpet photos stop at 7:15. So it's a series of events, and it's going to be a wonderful evening. I don't know what other hors d'oeuvre I'm going to have, but with the collard greens, but there will be another hot hors d'oeuvre to eat. Yes?
Well, I was about to say, Wanda, are you organizing this, putting this all together yourself?
Yes, I do everything. I have someone that helps me with getting the flyers. They print the flyers. Aso B. Troutman is one person, photographer. He does a lot of photography for me. Yes.
Yes, we're friends on Facebook too.
Yes, yeah, he does a lot of all the beautiful pictures you see. It's him doing the photography. Sometimes Rob Goldstein, Sir Worldwide, who he's known for on the internet, he does the videography for me. And some of the pictures he has done as well, but most of the bulk of them is Aisel B. Troutman. So,
isn't that something? What a small
and Gary
world.
Garrett, yes, and Gary Garrett. He helps with a lot of the editing, because right now I have edited the footage from the shows. I have a photo montage with the script that's out there. I have CDs available with the songs on that, and that is CB Cal Basimer is playing the wonderful piano on the CDs you see out there, and on the photo montage. And H.B. Barnum, you hear him as well, the legendary H.B. Barnum. He plays for me sometimes. You can hear him on the DVD. And I'm taking it to the next level, because it truly is a documentary that needs to be out there so people know more about Dorothy. It's all about her, not about me, because I believe she doesn't get her due. Dorothy was more than what people think of her when you say her name: Carmen Jones, Harold Nicholas, Otto Preminger. She was involved in civil rights. She wrote letters about the racial injustices in this country. She was one of the first celebrity professionals to put her career on the line when she introduced Martin Luther King Jr. at his public speaking rally right here in Los Angeles on Wrigley Field in 1963. And even in her speech, if you go to YouTube, you see the picture of her and Martin Luther King Jr. And Dorothy looks like she has two big apples in her cheeks, because she's so excited to do this for this man. And she wrote the speech, and in the speech she says it. She says, "I really don't know." And you could hear it on YouTube. You could hear her voice. "I really don't know what will happen after this," because she put her career on the line for civil rights. There's so many things about her that people don't know. She was in over 41 films, and my musical is in timeline-like facts that tell you about these things and her life in timeline-like fashion through singing, acting, and dance. So when people leave, they always say, "Wanda, I didn't know Dorothy was involved in civil rights. I didn't know she was this. I didn't know she was the first." She has accomplished so much that people don't know about him. That's why I'm so passionate. This is about me now. That's why I'm so passionate about my musical and the facts of it being out there, so that the world can know more about Dorothy Dandridge.
Wow.
And each person that attends gets a timeline card about her industry achievements and her achievements in society. So the world needs to know about her achievements.
Wanda, you know what? I wish that our show was much longer. You have so much to tell, and you're doing so much to give to humanity, and you're such a wonderful performer, so talented, so beautiful. When I first saw you, I was impressed, and I just want to let you know, I think our surprise is ready to come on the line. So is our surprise ready to say something? Let's see if she says something. Good morning.
Hi.
Are you there? I heard somebody say hi.
I'm Ann Dandridge, Dorothy's cousin.
Ann! Oh, my goodness. It's so good to hear your voice. Oh,
I'm very glad to hear Wanda's doing all these things today. Wanda, what's your favorite Dorothy Dandridge song to sing?
I really like Cheek to Cheek. I love that one. Yes, heaven. I'm in heaven. Well, when I do my show, I have written all the songs for it. I wrote all the songs for the show. Yes, I don't use her material for the show. But sometimes I have the CD playing with some of her songs. Due to copyright laws and all of those factors. Yes. Yes, I wrote all of the music for my musical. I was going to use some cover tunes at first, but when I contacted the people from Harry J. Fox, they told me sometimes it'll take 6 months to a year for them to give you the okay, and then sometimes they don't even allow you to use them. So the lady said, "Are you a writer? You should just write your own." And I said, "Yes, I'm a musician, I'm a writer," and I wrote my songs, and the people love the songs. They go right with the script, and they truly get the feeling from Dorothy, even though they're not the songs she used to sing. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
On Facebook, I have Ann Dandridge remembers Dorothy Dandridge.
Yes, I've gone to your famous people. I forget the name of the site. Your site that has so many things about Dorothy Dandridge on it. I joined that site as well. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're
Powerful
doing fabulous things. You really are, Anne. I really admire you, and you know you're keeping her legacy alive, and I'm just
and
so.
You are too.
Thank you.
This is amazing. Listen, I could talk all day with you ladies, and Anne, it's such a great pleasure to have you on the air, and I'm glad you were able to surprise Wanda. And hopefully that you'll be able to attend her event. But I have to make this announcement. Our producer wants to make sure everybody knows about the big Hollywood Weekly Magazine Film Festival coming up on the 2nd of November, and that will be at the Burbank at the Warner Brothers Studios. And he and his lady, Dr. Dante Spears, are going to be hosting, and yours truly is going to be presenting the Easy Way Golden Award, which was recently accepted. I accepted it on behalf of the publisher Prather Jackson at the big gala, which was recently held on behalf of the Chalk Children's Hospital of Orange County, which Eric and his team produced. And I just want to give a shout out to them real quick. There were so many to say hello to, but you know who you are. And that was just an amazing event with the golden carpet and so forth. So anyway, I'm trying to get it all in because we've got I think we're already past time. But anyway, thank you both for coming on Carmelita's Corner on the Easy Way Broadcasting Network. And there is an easy way, we're already talking about Easy Way, to contact the Easy Way Network. You can subscribe to easywayradio.com, and there's so much going on. They can text to easywayrsvp.com to attend the event that I just mentioned, the Hollywood Weekly Film Festival. And that's in association with the Easy Way Network. There is so much going on with Easy Way. He does it the easy way, by the way.
Okay.
So, okay, ladies, I'm out of time. I'm going to have to get out of the Dodge, so to speak, on my horse and ride off in the sunset. So Here we go. And thank you again.
Thank you so much. Heaven. Thank you.
All right.
And we're back.
We are back.
Always excellent. Excellent segment on the show, and
interesting guests.
So much information and guests. Yeah, absolutely.
Some of them are singers. We get to hear their stuff. So we have somebody coming on. His name is Filippo Voltaggio, and he's got another one of these resumes that has so much stuff we won't have time to go over it. But he's a life coach and the host. He's actually the host of the Life Changes show. And he's a TV host, Monday night, 7 p.m., lifechangesnetwork.com. He helps Men for Gwen, and the list goes on and on and on. He's a guy that gets involved, and he helps change lives. So, Filippo, you on with us?
Hi, sure. am. Hello.
There he is. Hello, Filippo. And this is Reatha Gray, Reatha Filippo.
Hello, Reatha.
Hello, Filippo.
Great to be
Welcome
on with
to
you.
The show.
Thank you. Good morning to both of you. And Jim, I have a question for you.
Sure, I'll answer it if I can.
What do ghosts drink in the morning?
Oh, that sounds like a good one. And I know Reatha's really into this Halloween stuff, and she could probably answer it.
Well, I'll just tell you.
Juice.
Oh, wow, that's actually really good. That's for the kids, and for the adults, coffee with Scream and sugar.
Scream and sugar. That fits into mine. Okay, I like that. That's a nice, simple one. Yeah. Nice. See, Reatha, it's just all in the spirit of Halloween. Reatha's going to be going out with her little basket and trying to make some candy. So anyway, you are an actual TV host and the actual host of the Life Changes show. That's got to be kind of interesting. And a life coach, people don't realize that you do change lives. You know, I mean, you're an expert in the field, and you're involved in helps men for Gwen, and you're just real. What made you a helper type person? You know, I mean, you help a lot of people.
You know, the short of it is, I needed a lot of help, and that's
so
the
that's common.
Yes, it is. You've probably heard the phrase, "We teach what we most need to learn," and
right.
those make the most interesting teachers. And I add to that lately, we also, if we're sharing what we're most interested in for ourselves, if we're interested in the subject matter, then also we're constantly learning about it. We're constantly looking for new ways to talk about the subject and learn about it. So with this, there's our world is constantly changing. I know that this is boomers radio, and so baby boomers in particular grew up with a certain world, and then all of a sudden they find themselves in a world that's almost completely different than the one that you tell me if I'm on the right track.
Well, exactly.
Well, I'm one of those people that I've kept up with the changes, but so many of my friends haven't, and they live in a world. I told people 20 years ago, if you don't start learning how to use a computer now, in time, you're not going to be able to function on this earth. And I'm running into some situations now where they want seniors to input their caregivers' time online, and they want them to pay their bills online.
Right.
They want to go paperless, and they are clueless.
Absolutely, and you know, it is the technology, but it's also a mindset. So Reatha, obviously, you being in the industry and doing so many different things and very active, you are exposed to so much that a lot of people aren't, and so it's a mindset that's what a life coach can help with, because it's not just learning the technology, it's wanting to or understanding why it helps or why it has to be different, or so many times a lot of us get stuck in the way we learn things as children. And I've heard this so often, especially among older people who say, well, it's not like it used to be, and it should have, why did it change? And some things are maybe better, some things are maybe not. But if we stay stuck to what should have been, could have been, would have been, we might not realize what is. And there might be some good. And there might be some good here in what is. So one of the most exciting things is to work with women like Tess Cacciatore mentioned, working with Gwen, Global Women's Empowerment Network, and some of the women who, you know, I have to say that being male, I thought, well, the women should help coach the women. I don't mind it. I love it. But I didn't want to do it because I thought women probably don't need more men telling them, how they can help their situation or their lives. And she was one of the and she and she was one of the people that said, well, we get to hear so many men tell us how we're doing things wrong. Won't it be nice to have a man on our corner who can see us for where we are and help us in that way? So when I started to get more and more involved with Gwen, I noticed so many powerful women out in this organization working with so many other women, and to see the men that are also supporting in that role, it's a beautiful relationship, and how it should be. We could all be supporting each other.
That's 50% of the battle, just to recognize that it's a matter of supporting one another.
Right. And when Jim said earlier, about changing lives, the only person that can change themselves is themselves. So there are life coaches out there, all kinds of coaches that want to impose change, even with good intention. But the reality is, if we could help somebody see their life or see what it is they want to experience in their life, or see the changes for themselves or what's right for them, then that's a win for them, because then they're going to make those changes.
And I think that's one of the good changes from the older generations to the new generations. The older generations were, this is what you need to do. You need to be a doctor, a lawyer, an Indian chief. Anything else is unacceptable. Today, it's no, you should do you. And I think that's a beautiful thing.
And as a matter of fact, Reatha, you'll like this, I think. I used to hate the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I'm going to write a blog post or something one of these days, because I've already amassed about 11 different reasons why it's not a good question to ask children. However, back then there were a lot fewer choices than there are today, which is one of the reasons why not to ask, because, how does a child choose? However, with so many choices come other problems, right? So how does one choose in this day and age? And with so many TV shows and commercials and ads and magazines and all that, who is the me that I'm supposed to be when I'm being told over and over and over again that you need to look like this or wear this or all of that? So finding the me, which you've had to do, Jim's had to do, in order to do what you all do, you've had to find you and do you. And that is, what's that? So that is one of the, Jim, I'm sorry.
I think Jim is moving around there.
I got you.
You're getting excited. I hope so. This is exciting stuff.
Well, I had, I was looking for some stuff. You have so much, you do so much, and I just wanted to cover so many bases. I don't think we're going to have time for everything, but we want to. Are you going to be at some of the events coming up with us? You're going to be at the any of these events? You follow our program, I hope. We want to see you in person out here to get an interview with you.
You have one coming up in this coming weekend, the
24th.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm going to be there.
Festival.
Yes, I'm going to be at the film festival. Right. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing Tess's film, which I haven't seen before.
Yeah. It's,
well, how can people get in touch with you? If they want to find out about your information or your blog, how did we find out?
I'm going to be tuning in Monday night, 7 p.m., lifechangesnetwork.com, right, Filippo?
Right, lifechangesnetwork.com, absolutely. And
cool.
I should put out there that I've written a book. Jim, you say I do so much, but to Reatha's point, I'm doing me. And
nobody could be you better than you, right, Filippo?
Right? So it just is exciting. There's so much in this world. It's kind of like going into an ice cream shop, and there are so many flavors. You kind of want to try more than one if you can, or every time you go in, you try something else. So life can be like that. And so I've written a book where it shows where there was a time when I wasn't like that. And I had resistance to so much. So I met a little dog on the street that was straying away. I tried to find the owner of the dog over a period of time, couldn't find it. And lo and behold, this dog and I had experiences that I didn't think I wanted and didn't know what to do with. But by the end of the story, the dog had taught me so much about how to live in the moment and just enjoy certain things that were already in my life that I didn't know I could actually be enjoying. And the book is The Little Dog That Could. And I have to say, it has a positive ending. The dog does not die at the end. Because most
I like that. I love it. A movie does not have to have a negative ending. You see so many movies like that.
I heard you say that. Right. And people can leave with a smile on their face.
How do we find out about it? Getting the book, getting in touch with you?
So thelittledogthatcould.com or on Amazon, The Little Dog That Could. And then as far as me, yeah, absolutely. Like Jim said, on the Life Changes show, and I'm all over. Filippo Voltaggio, I'm all over your page right now, so they can find me there.
And you help Men for Gwen. I mean, you're in the help list all over. I was going through papers when Reatha said the paper. I was going through all your stuff, all your cool stuff, accomplishments, and wow, you have a long list. You have a big heart, and we appreciate it, and we appreciate you coming on, Filippo.
Thank you for what you're doing and having me on as well.
We really, really appreciate it, and you're a life changer for sure. And
looking forward to meeting you both.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
We will see you on Saturday.
Yes. We'll get a picture together on the red carpet.
Oh, we're getting more than that. We're going to get a nice interview.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's for sure. Thank you, Filippo.
Wonderful. Thank you both.
So lifechangesnetwork.com, okay? And Life Changes Show, TV host, amazing. And I'll tell you, Reese, I'm taking notes and writing it down, but don't forget that a lot of this stuff you can go on and check it out. You can check it out on our archive show. And Reatha and Ray.
And if people are interested in joining us at the Hollywood Weekly Film Festival in association with Easy Way Network, it's going to be at the Warner Brothers Studios. You can go to easywaypromotions.com and you can find out about that, or go to easywayrsvp.com and text invite to the number 59925. That's text the number 59925, and text invite to that number, and you can get an invite, find out all the information about the Hollywood Weekly Film Festival. It's coming up this weekend, so don't forget, hurry up and get that information.
Yeah, and we now have a simple way for Easy Way family or new fans, the subscribers, to let us know how we can help them. You go to easywaypromotions.com. That's the click to make, too. Click the service request. But, yeah, guys, Hollywood Weekly Film Festival, this is exciting. And in association with the Easy Way Network at Warner Brothers Studios. So, come on. This is really getting exciting here. It's Saturday, November 2nd. It's hosted by Eric and Dante. And easywayrsvp.com. Text invite to 59925. And if it's too fast for you, remember, just go back and go to our archive show. It's very easy, and just easywayradio.com. And we have our new theater. Easyway found 450-seat theater. We'll be announcing the screening coming up. Text invite to 59925. So, guys, with that, don't forget to like the Easyway promotions and Easyway broadcasting pages on Facebook. So subscribe to the easywayradio.com, Reatha. And with that, we have Gerald L. Kane coming up here.
And I'm going to turn it over to you and Gerald, and you talk about those baby boomer tips, and I'll be back with you next Monday.
You got it. And I'll tell you, this has been a good show. A lot of excitement. And seniors and benefits. How about that? Seniors and benefits. Senior benefits for veterans and boomers. And this is something a lot of people are missing out on, guys. A lot of people are missing out on it. Jerry has the answer. You on with us, Jerry?
Hello, Jim. And by the way, feel free to call me Jerry. For Jerry, you and listeners out there, I like to go by Jerry.
And people waited with bated breath on these tips because one of the biggest responses we're getting is, when you start telling them these tips, they're going like, I didn't know that, like me.
Yes.
There's so much, and it's like hurts. It's like, wow, I wish I would have known that a while back on these.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're. It's not just limited to veterans benefits. We talk about all kinds of issues, Medi-Cal. We talk about how to create tax-free wealth, and many, many other issues as well. And I had somebody over the weekend ask me a question. People are concerned all the time if they're receiving Medi-Cal. What happens, when they pass away? Are they going to recover against the house? And, so I had to explain to her, she went and talked to even 3 different attorneys and got, 3 different answers, of course. And, unfortunately, just there's a lot of people out there that just don't know the right rules and the right knowledge. And so the answer is that if your house doesn't go through the probate process, then Medi-Cal can no longer recover. And that was passed in January of 2018. So now people don't have to be concerned about, what happens when they pass away. Do they have to, make the decision of either owning a house or not owning a house so they can get onto Medi-Cal. So that's a good thing that law changed. And I might be using some terminology, Jim, that people are not familiar with. Probate. What is probate? Do you know what probate is?
Well, when it's in probate, it's kind of on hold, something that's on a legal hold for a property. And when it's in probate, it's kind of in the limbo state, right?
Well, not exactly. Probate is basically it's the court process designed to distribute the assets to your beneficiaries, and to make sure that all the creditors of your estate are paid. If you have a will, the will provides instructions to the court as to who your beneficiaries are. If you don't have a will, then guess what? The state has a plan for you, and you may not like it. That plan is called intestacy, and so assets may be going to certain individuals that you don't want. But not all assets go through the court process. Assets that have a named beneficiary, assets that are in a revocable trust, for example, don't go through the probate process. So the bottom line is that when it comes to your house, if your house is in a trust, Medi-Cal can't touch it when you pass away, and you don't have to worry about them coming back and filing a claim for reimbursement, which means what happens is you get onto Medi-Cal and you receive services by Medi-Cal during your lifetime. Yeah. And then Medi-Cal sends you a bill when you pass away and says, I want my money back, that we've provided, so that less goes to your estate and less goes to your loved ones and heirs. So you don't have to
Why?
be concerned about that as long as you protect the house.
You know, I've seen celebrities that have left. I won't mention names, but they've left things in a will, and it's. I guess they can make it public, and it's a mess. The equity sits there, and it all just sits there, and there's not as much left by the time the state and everything, all the fees are paid. Why wouldn't everybody know about a trust? I guess they just don't pay attention. A lot more beneficial for the trust.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with a trust. Trusts are not just for the wealthy. They do minimize potential for taxes and estate taxes, but they do many things. They ensure that your kids don't get everything all in one lump sum at 18. They can provide asset protection for multiple generations. They can provide for management if you lose capacity, so you don't end up back in the court process. In that situation, we call that a living probate or a conservatorship, which can also be very expensive and very time-consuming. And by the way, probate, another reason to avoid it is that it's very expensive and very time-consuming, costing upward to almost 5% of the estate going towards legal fees and other costs. Now the filing fee you got to pay when you start the probate and when you finish the probate, and it's $465 twice, just to give an example of some of the fees. And you might have to be bonded, which means basically insured, and that can be, significant. That can be $2,500 to $5,000 depending upon the size of your estate. So there's many reasons to avoid probate, and
I was going to say,
to design a plan that does that.
Say somebody sitting around like, all right, I should get on this, and what would they be looking at for your average bill if they wanted to do a trust? I guess it would depend on what they own, if it's complicated and how many people involved, right?
Correct. Yeah. I mean, there's many things that come into looking at what types of assets they own. Do they own just a house, or do they own 5 houses, or do they own rental property? Do they own business assets? More importantly, what is it that they want to accomplish? Do they want to provide asset protection for their children and grandchildren? I'm sorry, go ahead.
With that, Jerry, we have a caller that came in.
Oh, wonderful.
Brenda, and there's people want to talk to you. And this is just getting so interesting. I'm just jotting down little notes here, and I'm one of those people that are going like, oh, I didn't know that. So we have a call. Brenda, you on with it?
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
I'm with Jerry. Myself.
I've been listening to the show for, a little bit of time now, and, I actually was calling in prior to this gentleman speaking, but I totally get what he's saying. As my father died when I was 14 years old, and he didn't have a will.
Oh, my.
So it sat in probate for 7 years, and my mom lost everything.
7 years?
Oh, no. Wow.
Ridiculous.
But the reason I was calling in, actually, in addition to that, is, I created a company called Simple Social Media for Seniors, because I was listening to you guys talking about social media, computers, and senior citizens.
Wow. Simple social media. Wow.
Interesting.
It's called Simple Social Media for Seniors. And I created it because I live in an age-restricted community here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And a lot of it, not that I'm old enough to live here, ha, ha, ha. But,
you don't sound like it.
I was talking to a lot of my neighbors down at the community center, and they, my husband drives for Lyft, and they don't know how to put an app on their phone or their laptop or their iPad, or, no smartphone help for them at all. And they're a forgotten market, basically.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I created this business, and it's kind of a referral business of sorts. But our company will go into a senior's home for a minimal fee and make sure all their settings, their privacy, security settings, everything is set for Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, whatever social media they're currently using, train them on these social media platforms, and make sure they're not getting hacked
And
things
that's
of
so
that nature.
cool.
Teach them how to scan their photos onto their computer because most seniors have boxes of photos. I was just at a client's house, a couple of weeks ago. I scanned 500 photos for her, put them on her computer.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
See?
Yeah.
That is a perfect idea. That's great.
Now, are you limited to just Las Vegas? Because we're out here in California.
No, if you go on my website and it's all spelled out, simple.
Social media for seniors. Okay. Simple social media for seniors.com, I suppose, is what she mentioned. And Jerry, this
we lost
sometimes.
Brenda, are you still there?
Sometimes when there's a certain area or by mountains and that, they can fade out. And, who knows with these fires going on, how that affects the communication with that. But, Jerry, that's...
Oh, yeah. On the way into the office today, I drove right by the big fire that broke out in Calabasas this morning, and there's another fire up by the Getty, and they closed the 405. They closed the 101 temporarily this morning. It's been a mess.
Now, what kind of nightmare would that be on the freeway? It's already got an issue, and then you add everybody evacuating and the smoke. Oh man, and they closed the 405. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I've been on edge this morning.
Oh man, so watch the breathing. But it's just like what you're doing. It's just shaking the dust off all these people and bringing them into the new age and showing them all these benefits and things. It is a major life changer in this huge market of baby boomers. There's so many, and so many retiring every day and not knowing their benefits. And wow, and this is something that's so needed in your book. We got to get your book all over the place because
yes, we do.
This stuff is so interesting.
And our book on veterans benefits is coming soon. As I mentioned on previous shows, if you'd like to get a free digital copy, text the word veteran, VETERAN, to 818-532-5332. And for now, we have about a 20-25 page guide that will provide you the basic rules until the book comes out.
Okay, 818-532-5332. And remember, if you don't have a pencil and you're driving or whatever, Jerry's stuff is out there 24 hours a day. All you got to do is go to EasywayTV.com, go to Easyway Broadcasting. You can look it up, Radio Boomers Live, and our shows are archived. So you can sit down, put it on hold, take the number down, push the button, listen to the show and everything. It's out there 24 hours a day, constantly. So we get all this information to you. And this is a gold mine. And, they're life changers, Jerry, just like you were talking about with the trust. Look at what Brenda mentioned. 7 years?
Mm-hmm.
Why would they do that for 7 years unless somebody just wanted to feed off the equity, right? And by the time they release it,
there's many issues. Sometimes people think, that, I'll give you an example. I had a client who came in after, mom and dad passed away, and they had an apartment building, and they had a will that mom said I leave the apartment building to my two kids, and the kids came in, and I went through and I told them, okay, here's what we need to do. We got to go to court. It's going to take 9 months to a year minimum. It's going to cost $10,000, $15,000, $25,000 in legal fees, whatever the amount was, and we're going to have to notify all heirs, all creditors, and go through a whole process. So they just were angry. They're like, mom left it to us. We don't want to do anything. So they walked up, but they walked out. They stormed out of the office, and they're like, okay, we're not going to do anything. And guess what happened? A year later, a tenant decides that they don't want to pay rent, and unfortunately, now they don't own the apartment building because it was never transferred to their name, and they have no standing to be able to evict the tenant. So now they still have to go back and probate the property, and now they have to account for everything that happened for the last year, and it's going to cost even more. So the bottom line is that you can't avoid, probate in the court after death. That planning has to be done during lifetime. And it's the old adage that, people don't fail to plan; they just plan to fail. So you have to actually sit down during lifetime and do the planning.
You have a
and
hard
take
goal
action
when it comes to this, because there's a lot of the stuff you don't have to do, a lot of events you don't have to go to, but you take your time, and it helps when you talk to these people, just retirees or baby boomers, and we're going to introduce you to Nick Siphon. He's with Vanderbilt Corporation, and boy, I'll tell you, he's getting these people together with the heart of gold. He's creating a situation with housing development. It's going to have education opportunities, career placement for veterans, on and on and on. Building a big complex in Santa Ana. We had an event, and Vanderbilt Corporation supported the Veterans Business Network, and they're all people. And this isn't a big profit thing. This is all people that are reaching out to help. And I see these big hearts out there, and I give you guys a lot of credit. Eric's been doing this for so long, and so much of what he does helps people, and you get the response, and there's no money involved. It's just you see the difference, and that's like a treasure for you. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a good feeling, Jerry, when somebody walks out of your office and you've given them the advice and you're helping them. It's just a good feeling, but. We're going to hook you up to introduce you to Nick with the Vanderbilt Corporation situation, and you're going to love him. But I'll tell you, if we don't do it, it doesn't get done. And like you say, the people don't know, and the lack of knowledge, and there they sit, and it could be devastating, like what Brenda was saying. But I got to take a breath. So, wow, this is a really info-packed show and so much good stuff.
Yes.
But clock's ticking,
Thanks,
Jared.
Jim.
Time to rock and roll, and we'll be seeing you on the 24th, I hope, if you can make it. And there's just so much going on, and this is going to be.
Look forward to hopefully catching you there.
Yeah, sounds good. But with that, guys, we're going to wrap up now. Time to move on. Radio Boomers Live with Reatha and I and Jerry Kane and Carmelita next Monday morning.
And I'd like to say make it a booming week and
there you go.
Bright future.
And it's text VET, guys. Text VET, VET, to 818-532-5332. And
if you'd like a consultation, just give us a call at 818-905-6088. Say you heard us here live, and we'll waive any consultation fee. Or even if you didn't hear it live on the recording.
VApensionguide.com. Jerry's got tons and tons of information for everyone. And don't forget EasywayPromotions.com. Click the service request. EasywayRSVP.com. Text invite to 59925. And I know it's a lot to take in, but go to our archive shows. We're on 24/7, right, Jerry? Woo.
That's correct.
That's a lot. And with that, guys, we're going to be signing off till next week, and have a safe Halloween and everything. And keep healthy, keep the faith, and keep on moving. Till next week, Radio Boomers Live and the senior baby boomer benefit show with Jerry. We'll all see you next week.
Have a great week.
Radio Boomers Live.
Thank you for listening to Radio Boomers Live with your hosts, Reatha Gray, Star Betty White's Off Their Rockers, and Easy's dad, Jim Zuley. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Radio Boomers Live. Radio Boomers Live is brought to you by the Easy Way Broadcasting Network. That's the letter E, the letter Z, Broadcasting Network.